I kind of started the motto and the mantra like kind of in June, like during the pre-draft process, and it just came to me. And it just stuck, like as soon as I said it to myself. And that's just the way I've carried myself my entire life. 0 worries, 0 doubts. And that's for any situation, not just basketball. Like knowing that whatever happens, whatever the outcome may be, you can't really be worried or you can't doubt yourself. And it's all a personal thing. Once you kind of, adapt and you really embrace that motto, that's when you know that you got 0 worries, 0 doubts. When you can tell yourself that every day you wake up, regardless of your circumstances or your situation. And that's when you know you Z'd up, you ZD.
And for the Raptors tonight, they do get Fred VanVleet back. Out for the Raps, of course, JV, CJ Miles, and OG Anunoby as well for personal reasons. For the Celtics, on the other hand, the guy who gave them all the trouble in their last meeting, Kyrie Irving, is back for them, and also Marcus Smart. But Leo, it has been all about the home court so far in their first 2 games.
With both hockey and basketball, this is the time of year where you've gone a long ways and you still realize just how far you have to go. And with this Raptors team, I think that's actually a real thing because, again, this is so much a process season. Because integrating Kawhi is more complicated than it looked at first, because at first he was so low-key and so easy to deal with. He's still a guy everyone else has to play off of and around, and you saw that in the Boston game, right? They're still figuring out how to play around him, and he's still figuring out how they work.
Kawhi, cut off by Smart. Crossover, power move, and one! Kawhi Leonard.
It's complicated, and it takes a long time. And they're not trying to win every game the way they were under Dwayne Casey. They're not trying to win every night. They're trying to build something that when they get to the playoffs, they have access to the highest gear possible, right? That's how you win in the NBA playoffs, is you're able to access your best self. I still don't think we've seen them anywhere near their best self. I really don't.
Clock at 3, good defense and a great shot. 24 points and a career high 15 assists for Kyrie. Stunning performance. Kyrie Irving and the Toronto Raptors will fall to 33-13. And the Raptors, their 5-game win streak ends here in Boston. Toronto Raptors signed Patrick McCaw. Played in 131 NBA games, 3 of those with Cleveland, but of course 2 titles with Golden State.
I think for me, I've been doing this for such a long time. I started about 3 or 4, and I played all types of sports with basketball. Even since I was little, it was just a sport that I just felt more connected to and just felt more of a love for, even younger. When you're young, you just like to play and have fun, but I always kind of dreamed of potentially making it to the NBA. And that was always my thought process. And I think even as a kid, you want to shoot for the stars, and that was my goal. It's crazy to know that everything I did to get to this point actually paid off.
Patrick McCaw checks in wearing the number 1 for the first time for the Toronto Raptors. McCaw signed on January 10th after being released after 9 days and 3 games with Cleveland. And he also brings, even though he is young, McCaw's just 23 years of age, 3rd season, brings experience because he played
championship experience.
Yeah, Golden State.
Oh, beautiful pass and foul. What a gorgeous look that was by Bell. Uh-oh, let's hope McCaw's out.
Oh, he hit his.
Oh, boy.
Man, it was just like light flashed before my eyes. Like I kind of just relived every moment of my entire life in like a quick instant. It was scary at the same time. It was unbelievable because I've never thought about anything like a crazy injury happening to me or to anybody in particular. So to actually be on that side of the spectrum is kind of surreal.
Let's just hope he's okay. That's just awful.
Yeah, he's in pain. He's in real pain.
Yeah.
You see, he'll come down hard, right directly on that spine.
To just watch. Oh.
I look back and I thank God each and every day, just because things could be a lot different for me right now, and it's tough to really even try to think about because who knows what could have possibly happened, and I don't put any blame or try to say why did it happen to me or things like that. That's not the way that I looked at the situation. I'm just thankful I came out of it, healthy, still being able to walk and function the way that, I would want. And it's just a blessing that I'm here, a blessing that I'm able to still play the game, a blessing that I'm able to still walk, like I said. And it's hard to think about. I haven't even really watched the incident. Like I just kind of try to erase it out of my memory. But I'm just grateful, man. It's bigger than basketball, and that's what people see. That's what everybody sees is just basketball. There's so much more behind the scenes.
The Toronto Raptors here in a 109-109 game. Raptors have not lost at home since December the 9th. That was to Milwaukee.
We got two players that can create an opportunity for you, Kyle Lowry and Fred VanVleet. So you want to see what they can do off a pick and roll. And remember, Pascal Siakam, he's been quiet offensively, but if you want to sleep on him, he could break you down off the dribble as well.
I actually remember Corey Joseph in the corner, game winner at Washington, comes to mind.
Yeah, I think DeMar's had a couple.
3 seconds. Gives it to DeRozan. DeRozan's fading. What a tough shot. And it goes! It goes! DeMar DeRozan wins it!
Mo Peterson against the Washington Wizards. An unlikely, crazy shot in a season where the Raptors made the playoffs when Sam Mitchell was the coach.
Now will the Wizards foul down the floor. And it's a deflection by Ruffin. And the play continues. Peterson got it! I don't believe it! I don't believe it! Is it good if it goes? We got to check it out!
Vince Carter against the Boston Celtics in Boston. Dramatic finish.
Loops it in. Carter's going to get a shot off. He does. Got it! Vince Carter wins the game!
Last shot, bang, and then a few days later, on the road in LA against the Clippers, he does the exact same thing in back-to-back fashion.
Clippers lead 94-92. Carter wide open for the win. He is invincible. Up top, it's Kyle. Siakam now. Bridges on him. 2 seconds to the rim with the left hand at the buzzer. Spicy P comes through.
I had a feeling the young fella put the ball in his hands and see what he can create. How about that? The left-handed finish.
I think as a player, you're not
you don't care who's looking at you. You don't even, that's not even in your head. You're just thinking about, what do I have here? What's the situation? What's the time on the clock? A lot depends on what you've been doing to that point. What's your rhythm like? Are you feeling good? You feel like you can knock down a jumper. You feel like you got to take them. There's a lot of different things like that you're thinking about. When the player's locked in, the crowd and all that stuff doesn't play into it. You want to win the game, and that's your only focus.
Set it up for the winning basket. Can he guard it? Oakley puts it up. This could be it. Yeah!
I think the most important thing is calm, and things slow down. And you have to be able to, plan, what do you say, plan your work your plan. At that moment, everything you've rehearsed, practiced, comes into play at that precise moment.
Every player lives for that moment. I was a kid growing up in my backyard, man, I did the countdown, almost every day. 3, 2, 1.
Half-court heave, a prayer at the buzzer.
You always dream of hitting the game winner, so I don't think that was any different with Pascal. Me sitting on the side as a coach watching that develop, we told him in the timeout, look, we want 0 time on the clock. Man, I don't think he could have executed that any better. As the ball released out of his hand, it was 0 on the clock, and I just think as a player, man, that's what you play for. That's what you grow up dreaming about as a kid, in the backyard, and I just think that was a great opportunity for him.
Enjoy. Tickets, got any seats?
Just the entire process. Kids, 18, 19, 20 years old, you're making a jump into a totally different world. It's still basketball, but now you're going up against men who, have families, who have kids, who are playing for more than just, there's more than basketball, and they've been doing it for so long. And I think it was just adjusting to knowing that it's more of a business. It's business and basketball, and I think that should be more, preached upon, especially to the younger generation and guys coming into the NBA, that it's not just basketball. It's about being a professional, and it's about, working on your craft, but also knowing the business side of the game and carrying yourself the right way. And that's what I learned in kind of my first couple of years. And I'm glad I kind of learned it and got a feel for it at an early age, because now I kind of understand and have a far better understanding than I did even last year and the year before. I just feel myself growing and understanding the game. But I think that's the biggest thing, just adjusting to everything that comes with the NBA, not just basketball.
Good. Now, this would be nice for this young man to get going here in McCaw. And you feel for him, right? He's coming into a winning situation here, an entirely different group than obviously he's played in with Golden State. And, it's tough to join a team in mid-season, a young player trying to figure out where he belongs, and hopefully he can get a few quality minutes here.
And to the Golden State Warriors, Coach Kerr and this incredible organization, thank you for the basketball played at the highest level. And now, the 2000 NBA champions, Golden State Warriors.
Oh man, those 2 years in Golden State, an incredible learning experience. You got some of the best coaches in the NBA, you got some of the best players in the NBA, and they all carry themselves the same way. They all have different personalities and things like that, but they know what they're working towards and what the goal is for the entire team. From 1 to 15, all the players kind of have the same exact focus and mindset. The work, the practices, team dinners, everything is done as a team. And it speaks volumes, because coming in, I didn't know what to expect. You got guys of that caliber, trying to mentor and help out guys that, first or second years in the league, when they could just really focus on themselves and know, hey, they'll figure it out. Those young guys will figure it out, but they just embrace you and take you in and make you feel like you're just as good as they are. I mean, that's the goal. You want to be at that level, but to have guys like Steph and Katie and Clay, you know, reach out and trying to give you wisdom, give you knowledge, I think that speaks values for a team. And the reason they're on top of the basketball world is not basketball. And I think that's what, you know, organizations and teams have to start to figure out is once you can, like, fully connect it with coaches, to players, to trainers, to guys that work you out, like, once everybody's on the same page and you're able to be almost like a family, that's when basketball just comes easy. It was great. It was special. I'm honored and blessed to be able to have shared the past 2 years in Golden State and to be a part of championship experiences.
Here's Siakam numbers. Lowry, Danny Green, just like that. Danny Green, the three, got it from Peterborough. Here's Danny. Yes, one more time.
It's exciting, just knowing that, you know, the jump wasn't as different. And to be able to be around the guys and the coaches and see, you know, how things are done. You know, I've only been here like a week, but to get a feel for everybody, to see, you know, exactly how Raptor basketball is played, the organization, how everybody, you know, works is kind of special. And I can't wait to really, you know, get a feel and really become, you know, one with everybody from players to coaches. Because, I mean, with that, it takes time. You know, you can't, my personality and the way that I carry myself, I fit in. I feel like I can fit in anywhere, but to really get to know guys and be able to sit down and talk to coaches and just have cool conversations is kind of the goal and what I'm working towards. But I'm excited and I'm happy to be here.
Raptors, this has been an impressive game. Third quarter, took it over. Danny Green was just remarkable, wasn't he?
Three-point shooting exhibition.